Okay, today we continue with our class Kitzur Shulchan Aruch. Lucky number. All right, so we start with Sefer Shmiras Haloshon, and today's topic is the matter of life and death. Okay. By exercising verbal restraint, one is saved from many sins: Lashon Hara, flattery, mockery, and lying. Okay, so if we don't talk, that's a good idea. So one more time, you are saved from Lashon Hara, flattery for sure, mockery, right? So you discuss other people and lying. He's also saved from a verbal attack. There are numerous investable benefits of developing the quality of silence. People can find their private matters to a person who is known to guard his tongue, for he can be trusted to keep such information to himself. Okay, so there are not too many people like that who can keep secrets, but okay. So one more time, people can find their private matters to a person, so they tell them all of the secrets, who is known to guard his tongue, and he can be trusted to keep such information to himself. A wise man once said, "When I hear someone speak evil of me, I remain silent, for I fear that would I respond in kind, it would then I would then hear abuses and worse than the previous ones. Whenever a person is verbally attacked and responds in kind, the result inevitably be worse verbal attack." So basically, when somebody attacks, when we keep quiet, so most likely the attack is going to them. But if not, if you're going to respond the way, in the same way that that the person who attacked you, I mean, just going to put more oil into the fire, right? So as Rabbi Reuven Shlita always say, the argument only when two people argue. If only one person is arguing, there is no argument. They're going to stop very soon. Okay, unless they want to talk to themselves, basically. Death and life are in the tongue's power. It says in Mishnah 18:21. The tongue can cause harm in a way that the sword cannot. The sword can kill only through the direct contact with the victim, while the tongue can bring about the ruination of someone who is miles away. So, let's try to understand what it says. So it's death and life and the power of the tongue. That's a very famous statement. The tongue can cause harm in a way that the sword cannot. So sword only when somebody is close to you, you can harm him with the sword, right? But the sword can kill only through direct contact with the victim, while the tongue can bring about the ruination of someone miles away, even in another country, in another continent, right? Man was created with two eyes, two ears, two nostrils, but only one mouth, to indicate that he is obligated to limit his speech. That's very interesting, right? For transgression through the speech can occur quite easily, and with a far-reaching consequences. Right. So one more time, to indicate the obligation to limit one's speech, only one mouth. For transgression through the speech can occur quite easily. It's very easy to say something, and far-reaching consequences. So many, like I would say, some today times are very different, at least in some application when you use when you send somebody a note, right? A text, not a text. I'm not sure if in all of the text messages you can retract, but in the Viber, in the WhatsApp, I'm sure Telegram. I'm not sure if you can retract from Telegram, but okay. So Viber from WhatsApp. at least from WhatsApp. I'm not sure about Viber. I think Viber you can only delete from yourself. I'm not sure you can delete from other side. But very interesting. So you can delete message. So you write the message, you send the voice note, and then they decided it's not very bright, so you can delete it. I mean, if the other person did not read, it's very interesting. Okay.
Question now.
Yeah.
So on Telegram you can edit the message. What if you send to someone a message that is not right or it's not appropriate, and you edit before the person see?
Yes. So it's like you never send it. Yeah.
But
exactly.
it's better to let unedited or edit before the person reads the message.
No, edit. Of course, edit before the person reads. Absolutely, 100%.
Because maybe I think, oh, it's more sincere if I don't edit, even having the possibility of editing.
No. Don't edit. Don't let. I mean, he can think whatever he wants, but it's better to. I mean, he can think, he imagine whatever he wants, but with his own eyes, he sees this clear message, even though it was this message that was edited and stuff like that. It's much better than you sent, and then and then you apologize. That's for sure. Okay, so let's continue. So we're on Siman 26. And page 286, 287, I'm not sure where I said that, 287, and sieve number 3. So we continue our topic, the laws of Mourner's Kaddish, right? So a person, as we said last time, in his 7 days of mourning, then 30 days and 1 year of mourning. Okay, so he's saying Kaddish, or for Yahrtzeit. Okay, so number 3. In addition to the mourner who is within the Shiva, so Shiva we said 7 days, somebody passed away, right? There is also someone present. If in addition of the mourner who is within the Shiva, there is also someone present in a synagogue who is observed the Yahrtzeit, universally death for a parent. So Yahrtzeit, it's once a year. So this person came. So for him, the only possibility to say Kaddish is only for his person, or for his parent, or somebody close to him. Only this day. That's it, right? This mourner, in the 7th day, he has other days, right? So commentators say the Kitzur now offers the exception to the rule of the previous series. Although Kitzur ruled that the mourner who is within the first 7 days is entitled to recite every Kaddish when there is someone present, even when there is someone present in a synagogue who observing the Yahrtzeit, or who is within the first 30 days of the mourning, the one with the Yahrtzeit is entitled to recite 1 Kaddish. So basically, as we said, in the olden days, I'm not sure when these olden days finished, I'm not sure. So it was one person was saying Kaddish. So they would assign this Kaddish to 2 different people. So today, everybody say in the same time, at least in most of the synagogue that I know of. Maybe there is some difference, I'm not sure. But the proper way, the original way is like this. So basically, this person who is in his 7 days of Shiva, and then comes this person whose father's Yahrtzeit is on that day. So this person who observes Shiva has to give one Kaddish to that person who's observing Yahrtzeit. Then, if the mourner who is within the Shiva is a minor, that's very interesting. And we said last time, not only adults can say Kaddish, but even minors, right? Who attend the synagogue throughout the 7 days of Shiva, possible. The Yahrtzeit observer is entitled to recite one Kaddish. That's it. So, I mean, as last time we said, the last halacha that we learned. So, if somebody is in a state of Shiva, so we gave him all of the Kaddish. Here we say one Kaddish we're going to take away from him. 18, commentary. Kitzur rules that a minor is not included in the law of mourning and may attend synagogue to recite Kaddish on each of the 7 days of the mourning. Therefore, his claim is exclusive. So let me read one more time and try to understand. That a minor is not included in his law of mourning. I mean, he's looks like he's not obligated to mourn. And may attend, I apologize. So the minor is, since he's not obligated in the mitzvahs. So laws of the mourning, so meaning what? That 7th day, a person who is sitting Shiva, he has to sit Shiva literally. He has to stay in his home, right? So now we say it does not concern minor, because minor, like let's say 10 years old boy, right? So he's not obligated in the mitzvahs. So he can go to synagogue to say Kaddish for his father, let's say. Right? Rahman al-Islam, sorry. Yeah, that's not a good idea to say that, but it happens, right? So basically, the minor is not included in laws of mourning and may attend the synagogue. So the adult should stay home, but the minor can attend the synagogue, right? To recite Kaddish on each of the 7 days of the mourning. Therefore, his claim to exclusive Kaddish privileges is weakened. Okay. So continue. If there are many Yahrtzeit observers, that's the problem. So when you have a bigger shul, right, Baruch HaShem, I mean, you have many people, but it's possible, let's say, there is 3 or 5 people came on that day, and they observe Kaddish. They have Yahrtzeit on that day. If there are many Yahrtzeit observers, each one is entitled to recite one Kaddish. Even if the minor who is within the 7 days of the mourning will be pushed away entirely, right, and will not be able to recite one Kaddish. Similarly, if there is a 30-day mourner, there is a mourner who is within the first 30 days of bereavement, present, he's also entitled to recite one Kaddish. Okay, so after the 7th day, he can go back to synagogue, and after the 30 days, as we said, there is this special mourning also. However, if there are many 30 days mourners, it could be, I don't know, brothers or even from one family, it could be, I don't know, when somebody passes away, it could be brother of the deceased and son of the deceased, or 2 sons of the deceased.
I have a question now.
Okay.
According to someone that asked, he's a Noahide, and on Reb videos, he was asking what can he do equivalent to a Kaddish as a Noahide, or if he can do Kaddish being a Noahide, or is something exclusive for Jewish people.
Okay. So what was the answer? What did
no, nobody answer him. So maybe I can ask this question for him here.
Okay. So all right. So I don't think you can do Kaddish. Kaddish is only for Jews, right? So I mean, people. I mean, Kaddish is very important, but you can do other things for Noachide, right? You can give tzedakah when he's married, for sure, right? You can learn Torah when he's married, for sure. You can do other mitzvahs in his marriage. You understand? So that's you can do a lot of things, but Kaddish you cannot. So there are some things. What you cannot do. All right. Okay. So one more time. However, if there are many Torah days mourners, the mourner who is a 7-day mourner does not become completely displaced due to them. So now, it's not a Yahrtzeit. So Yahrtzeit, as we said, it's once a year. So we understand that these people want to say Kaddish. Right now, we say there is somebody in a 30-day, many people in a 30-day mourning. Right? So, I mean, still they have other days to say Kaddish. Okay, so this minor who is in 7 days, right? So 7 days is much stricter, as we said before. So, I mean, he still have a privilege to say Kaddish. Commentary. Sibir Halacha rules that during the first 7 days, although a minor attends the synagogue every day, he is not required to yield to a mourner who is within the 30 days period. Okay, so he's not required to yield. So meaning he's saying. But somehow, I'm not sure, it's always say who attends synagogue every day. So it's not like he just came and that's it. So meaning that he is a serious boy. That's what it means. However, if he's an adult who may not attend the synagogue during the 7 days of mourning, even if he prayed with a minyan in his home and recite Kaddish at every prayer, nevertheless, when he attends the synagogue on Shabbos, he's entitled to recite every Kaddish. So a grown-up person, as we said before, he stays home, right? For 7 days. Now he came to the shul, right? On Shabbos only. I mean that's what we said last time. On Shabbos there is no mourning or holidays, right? So he comes to the shul and he's entitled to every Kaddish commentary. Since this is the only day on which he may attend the synagogue during the Shiva. Even though his absence from the synagogue did not prevent him from reciting Kaddish, he has a precedence over the other mornings. So, meaning what? This line means that basically people could have come to his house and he could have said Kaddish there. Okay. However, if he's an adult who may not attend the synagogue during the 7 days of the morning, right? Even if he prayed with a minyan in his home and recite Kaddish at every prayer, nevertheless, when he attends the synagogue on Shabbos, he is entitled to recite every Kaddish, which is understandable. Even if the Yahrtzeit observer is also in attendance, so here we go, so he is a conflict, the 7 days mourner is still entitled to recite every Kaddish, except for the Kaddish over which they should cast lots. Okay. So there is a Kaddish that they should cast lots, meaning like a lottery. So only one person can win. However, if the 7 days of the mourning were suspended due to a holiday, or if the day of the mourning have not yet begun, due to the holiday, as we said before, the Shiva is a cancel or like partially cancel, or if the days of the mourning have not yet begun, meaning that they did not bury the body, right? As his father or mother died on a festival. So as we said last time, there is no mourning on a festival, so he cannot start. He cannot start the Shiva, okay, on the festival. Then the law that applies to a minor applies to him as well, as he is permitted to attend the synagogue on each day, right? So if it's Holomayet, this intermediate days and stuff like that. So let's see commentary. Although he is still within the 7 days of the morning, since he is permitted to attend the synagogue every day, meaning on holidays and intermediate days, the law of the minor applies to him as well. So minor, we said he is not obligated to stay home, right? And he must yield to a person who is observing the Yahrtzeit. As we said, one Kaddish. Okay. Halacha number 4. A minor who is within the Shiva, okay, and an adult who is within the Shiva, when he's in a synagogue on Shabbos, are equally entitled to recite Kaddish. Okay, so commentaries say, although the minor may attend the synagogue all week, an adult may not, since they're both within the same mourning period, they're equally entitled. So as you said, the Kitzur and Shulchan Aruch and Mishnah Berurah, they're trying to say who is entitled. So basically, if Mishnah Berurah, the way I say, if Mishnah Berurah discussed that, I don't remember what he said. Was it canceled? And then not canceled, but suspended before his time. I'm not sure that meaning why everybody is saying Kaddish today. I'm not sure. If there is also Yahrtzeit observant in attendance, he's displaced by adult mourner who is in the middle of the Shiva. Okay. Therefore, an adult who is in the middle of the Shiva will recite one Kaddish more than the minor who is in the middle of the Shiva. Okay. There is the Kaddish that the minor was required to yield to the Yahrtzeit observer. So from this Yahrtzeit observer, it goes an extra to the adult mourner. The commentary says, since the minor must yield one Kaddish to the Yahrtzeit observer, he will remain one fewer Kaddish than the adult counterpart. Okay, I mean, what can you do? On one hand. On the other hand, you need this Rabbi who is going to create peace among all of these people and say who is saying Kaddish, who is not saying Kaddish. That's, I would say it's not easy job. So continue. The Yahrtzeit observer, meaning the one that comes once a year, that does it once a year, as well as the mourner within the Shloshim. So Shloshim is a 30 days. Have the precedence over other mourners who are within the year of the bereavement. So as we said, this Yahrtzeit observer is only once a year. So Shloshim, it's a 30 days. Okay, and also higher priority. Okay, than all others. Then somebody who is within a year. So within a year, as we're going to say, we usually say it only not the whole year, 11 months, but still okay. So it's more than 30 days, but less than 11 months. Continue. However, they should offer even those mourners who are within the 1 year some opportunity to recite Kaddish. I mean, if it's possible. It should be instituted, therefore, that the Rabbi's Kaddish and Kaddish recited after Aleinu, it is our duty, should be reserved for the Yahrtzeit observer or the mourner within the Shloshim. Okay, so let's read again and we're going to explain. However, they should offer even those mourners who are within the year some opportunity to recite the Kaddish. So basically, the person who is still in the mourning for 1 year is for the parents. Right? So let's say he lost his father, right? And it's a 3rd month. Okay, so we cannot push him off completely, right? So we say some opportunity to recite the Kaddish. Which Kaddish, right? It should be instituted, therefore, that the Rabbi's Kaddish I'm not sure. Rabbi's Kaddish is a high standard. I'm not sure. Rabbi's Kaddish, the Rabbanan, we call it, right? The Kaddish recited after Karbonos included the plea of the blessing for those in rabbinate. For those following Nusach Sfard, order of prayers is also recited Putim Hakitoras before Alein. So here is the difference between Nusach Ashkenaz and Nusach Sfard, right? So what is the difference? So Nusach Ashkenaz say morning blessings, right? Then they say Akeda, then they say Karbonus, right? And after Karbonus, they say this Kaddish, the Rabbanan. Nusach Sfard, I think that they say some Karbonus and split it and say some Karbonus, like in the very beginning, davening, and some Karbonus they say at the end, before Aleinu, and then they say this Kaddish the Rabbanan. So that's the difference. Okay, Kaddish the Rabbanan recited after Aleinu. I'm sorry. No, I take it back. No, this Kaddish the Rabbanan is before Aleinu. Okay, Aleinu Moshe, our duty. So in English it's our duty. And Kaddish recited after Aleinu. So we say our duty, Aleinu Moshe, and then there is another Kaddish. And after that, there is still one more Kaddish. But this Kaddish after Aleinu is usually like in a shul that I go, that bang on the beamer and say today is Yahrtzeit, so meaning only one person is going to say. Which is, I think it's old tradition, but it's very interesting, right? It is our duty. It should be recited for the Yahrtzeit observer or the mourner is in the Shloshim. So meaning we have to give him something, right? And the remaining opportunities to recite Kaddish should be left to the mourners who are within 1 year. Okay. If there are as many other mourners as a number of the remaining opportunities to recite Kaddish. So basically, I mean, if you don't have to push anybody off, if there is enough Kaddish for each person. Commentary. The other mourners are entitled to recite Kaddish only after the 30-day mourner and the Yahrtzeit observer. So basically, two priorities: 30 days mourner, Yahrtzeit observer, and then all others. The recital of the Kaddish by those other mourners will depend on the number of Kaddish recitation that remain after the 30-day mourner. So, I mean, it could be two 30-day mourners. I mean, they say one, but we have to understand it could be more than one. And the Yahrtzeit observer have each had the opportunity. So each have opportunity, as we said, it could be multiple. So, I mean, maybe they would not get to say Kaddish at all. Okay, so halacha number 6. And it says, when the Yahrtzeit observer and the 30-day mourner, so Yahrtzeit, as we said, is once a year, 30 days, 30 day, mourner both would like to recite Kaddish. If there is room for both to recite Kaddish, the 30-day mourner has a precedence in regard to reciting additional Kaddish. I'm not sure. Let's see. There is more than 2 available Kaddish. So one very interesting. So one of them gets one. Let's say, I mean, it makes sense if it's only 2 people, right? So we say in Nusach Ashkenaz, we say Kaddish the Rabbanan, then Kaddish Yatom, then you only say after Aleinu Shabeach one, and after the Psalm of the day. So basically, there are only 4 Kaddish. It's not too much. I mean, not too many. So, but they say, let's say if there are only 2 people. So one, I mean, I'm not sure how is it. Let's say they give one to to somebody else, and now they have 3 that they have to decide, right? That they have to divide. This Yahrtzeit person and the one who is in 30 days, right? So that's the situation that we discussed. So one more time, from the beginning of the sentence. When the Yahrtzeit observer and the 30-day mourner both would like to recite Kaddish, so they already got one. They want to say more. If there is a room for both to recite Kaddish, the 30-day mourner has a precedence in regard to reciting an additional Kaddish. So 30-day, that guy, the Yahrtzeit guy, he already said one. And the Yahrtzeit observer recite only one Kaddish. Commentary. The Yahrtzeit observer recite first Kaddish of the day. The first observer recite the first Kaddish of the day, Yahrtzeit. Thereafter Kaddish is recited by the mourner within the Shloshim. Okay. So, we give this Yahrtzeit guy the precedence to say the first Kaddish. Okay. However, if there are many Yahrtzeit observers, each of them is entitled to recite one Kaddish, even if the result will be that the 30-day mourner will be completely displaced. Because, as we said, they have only one opportunity. The reason for this is because he will recite Kaddish on the following day. Whereas the Yahrtzeit observer, if he will not have the opportunity to recite this one day, the time frame of his obligation will have passed. Okay. So I know some Sephardic custom. I'm not sure which one. I know Bukharians do that. I'm not sure. Maybe other souls also. So they observe the Yahrtzeit for the whole week. So they start 1 week before the actual Yahrtzeit, and they stay all of the 7 days. They say Kaddish. I'm not sure if it's who else is saying this, but I saw in Bukharian community. So I would based on this halacha, it would be different. He could have said on another day, so they would be comparable to the 30-day mourner, not to the Yahrtzeit, meaning that they could be pushed off. Here the Kitzur addresses the obvious difficulty within this tier. First, we are told that the privileges of the mourner within the Shloshim is greater, and he must yield only one Kaddish to the Yahrtzeit observer. However, just as a moment later, we are told that there is no sufficient opportunity for both the mourner within the Shloshim and the Yahrtzeit observer. The mourner within the Shloshim must forego the Kaddish. But it makes sense. The Kitzur explained very clearly. So there is no contradiction. So what they're saying, so first we said that this 30-day mourner has a precedence. So meaning what? If there are 3 Kaddishim available, he gets one, the Yahrtzeit person gets one, and the third goes to this 30 days mourner, right? That's clear. And now we're saying, what is the contradiction? Contradiction is that we say if Kitzur just said if there are many Yahrtzeit people, so they entitled, right, for one Kaddish, meaning that this 30-day person is being pushed off. Okay, but it's I don't see the contradiction. This implies that the privilege of the Yahrtzeit observant is greater. So in some sense, so if there are no Kaddish to a lot of people, so the privilege of Yahrtzeit observer is greater, right? Which makes sense. Kitzur resolved this difficulty as follows. Certainly the privilege of the mourner within the Shloshim should be greater. The Shloshim is 20 days. He must therefore cede only one Kaddish to the Yahrtzeit observer. So he's in 30 days, so he obligated to give only one Kaddish. Let's say there are only 2 people competing. So he's obligated to give only one Kaddish to the Yahrtzeit observer. However, according to the mourner, within the Shloshim, he deserves priority, will cause the Yahrtzeit observer to be left with no Kaddish, right? That's okay. To recite at all. The 30 days Mourner must relinquish his right. I mean, because as we said, he can say it on another day. Since the obligation of the Yahrtzeit observer can be fulfilled only on a single particular day, the anniversary of his relative's death, it is appropriate that the mourner within the Shloshim not deny the opportunity to forego his own right for the obligation of the Yahrtzeit observer. I mean, that guy, as we said, he has only one day, only one chance to say Kaddish for whoever he said in Kaddish, right? And this person who is in 30 days of mourning, person in the 30 days of mourning, he would have tomorrow. He has other days, which makes sense.
I don't understand something. So why, if the maximum mourning time is 12 or 11 months, how I can understand a Yahrtzeit observer if he's observing every year?
Every year.
So how if the maximum time is 12 or 11 months?
No, the mourning that for example, if if somebody loses a parent, right? A person loses his father, so he's going through the 3 stages. So first is the 7th day when he sits home on the floor and mourns and stuff like that. He does not do many things, right? Then the second level is 30 days. So so after the 30 days, he can go out. He can go to the synagogue. After 7 days, he can go synagogue. And these 30 days, a lot of restrictions. And then the restriction that the whole year restriction. So he doesn't listen to the music. He doesn't go to weddings. He doesn't do many things. He doesn't go to vacation. Does not do any entertainment basically. You understand? So and he's coming to the shul. I mean, everybody should come to the shul, and he's saying Kaddish the whole 11 months. But let's say this year finishes 11 months. So once he does not say, and then on the anniversary of the passing, whatever the anniversary of the passing, so he's saying another Kaddish, and that's it. And his mourning period stops. And then the next year, 5 years, 25 years later, on the same day of the passing of his father, he would come to the shul and say the Kaddish. That's the Yahrtzeit, the anniversary of passing. It could be 50 years from that day. You understand?
So it is optional to make the Kaddish of Yahrtzeit.
Say it again. It's what?
The Yahrtzeit observer is optional to say the Kaddish.
I mean, it's optional. I mean, but it's for the memory of that person. It's helped that person a lot. So every year, I mean, on Rosh Hashanah, of course, there is the book of the dead is also open. They calculate whatever they left in this world, but there is some things also going on a Yahrtzeit of that person passing. So we're trying to give the merits of that person who passed as much merits as we can. So we learn in their memory, we give tzedakah, extra tzedakah in their merit, even though they passed many years ago, and we're trying to say Kaddish. So to give them merits, because there is a special judgment that is going on specifically on that day.
So we can say that it's not over when the mourning in the 12 or 11 month period has over. It's over. We can say it's not over. We can continue to say
it's never over. It's never over. because it's all calculated based on what the person left in this world. If he left wicked people, wicked children, so because of his ways, right? He made them wicked. He influenced them to be wicked. He did whatever he did, right? Or for example, that he killed somebody, right? And now there's a widow left with 7 children, and they struggle. So that person, just because he died, that's it. It's not the end of his punishment. So every day that this widow is going to suffer, he's going to get punished, of course. And all of these children. So his punishment is forever and ever. So the person died, but he's still being punished extra. So his Gehinom would never end. You understand? And same opposite is true. Also, if a person left righteous children, or he wrote a book, or he did whatever he did, good things, he influenced somebody to do teshuva, right? So now all of these good things that come from that person who he influenced to do teshuva comes to his account, absolutely. So he's dead and he's not dead. So they still have connection to this world, absolutely, 100%.
So I read that if someone recite Kaddish more than 11 or 12 months, it's like a bad sign, something like that.
Exactly. So after 11 months, so we said that the judgment, the court proceedings, right, in Shammai, whatever it means, court proceedings, right? So it's 11 months for regular people and 12 months for bad people. So that's why we stopped at 11 months to say, no, my father, no, Chas v'shalom, he was not that bad. So if person continues after 11 months, so he indicates that the father was not good. So, but if his father was a non-Rasha, so it is proper to continue for him. You understand? Who are we kidding? It's known that he was selling not kosher meat to the public. We know who he was, and he never did teshuva. So of course he's going to pay for it. So in this case, it's proper for some to continue after 11 months for sure.
So isn't a bad sign to be a Yahrtzeit observer?
No, it's not bad. I mean, it's actually people very like. Actually, people like when somebody Yahrtzeit observer. So usually they bring food to the synagogue. They say, sometimes they say drinks or stuff like that, food, and they would say, please make a blessing on the food, whatever, when you're going to eat, in the memory of my mother, on the memory of my grandfather, whatever. So usually now in the shul where they go, very interesting. They before they just announce the name. I mean, try to remember the name, right? You put it onto your tefillin, you taking off your tefillin, you wouldn't remember the name. But now they put like at a board, right? And now they write the name of the Yahrtzeit of the deceased person. So now you eat cookie, and in memory of this, I'm making a blessing in the memory of that person. That's it. So I mean that's people like when somebody comes with Yahrtzeit. They bring food. Yeah, that's good. Food is good. Okay, so continue. Halacha number 7. 1 second. Okay, yes, we finished. So number 7. If one more time, and some people don't like to learn all of these laws of mourning because they say it's a bad sign and stuff like that. But our rabbi says since it's in our session, right? It's on our way. It's not like we're not obligated to skip. So if it's we did not open the book and start reading from Siman 26. We did not. We start from the Siman 1 and we got to Siman 26, and that's what we do. We don't skip things. Okay. So it's not a bad sign, this. Sif number 7. If two equally entitled mourners are in a synagogue, they should cast lots between them. Okay, cast lots. Whichever one will prevail in his lots that has cast over reciting Kaddish, at Ma'ariv. The other shall recite, the other shall receive correspondingly. One Kaddish, recitation and Shacharis, without being required to cast lots. So just so we understand what it says here. Okay, in Shacharis we said we have for Kaddish, and some people had more, but whatever. But during the Ma'ariv we have only one. That's it. During the Mincha we have only one. Right? So that's why the only way to see who is going to say Kaddish during the Ma'ariv. The Yahrtzeit, as we said before, starts on Ma'ariv at night. The night when after the nightfall, right? The Ma'ariv, and there's only one opportunity. So we have to cast lots. There is no other way. Okay, so whoever wins say Kaddish, and then the next person say that one Kaddish on Shabbos. I mean, we cannot ignore this person. There is no more lots, right? It's only for Ma'ariv there will be lots. Okay, so correspondingly, one Kaddish is recitation for Shacharis, meaning the second guy, without being required to cast lot. That's it. We give him over the third Kaddish, though. They should cast lots. So one get one for Ma'ariv, right? One get one for Shacharis. Now the question: who is going to say the third one? I mean, let's say, as we say, there are only two people that compete. Over the third Kaddish, though, they should cast lots. Similarly, if there are many equally entitled mourners, so the way I understand here what they're trying to say, so they today we say in Nusach Ashkenaz at least, we say the Kaddish after the Psalm of the day. So we finish Psalm of the day, every day is different. So we say Kaddish. Here, I think they mean only after Aleinu Shabbat, so it's third Kaddish, and that's it. So meaning one got one, and now it's a third Kaddish, I think. Similarly, if there are many equally entitled mourners, they should cast lots. And the mourner who prevails in the first lottery should not be admitted into the further lottery until they have all recited Kaddish. So basically, as we understand, so Kitzur is saying that only one person per Kaddish. I mean, today, as we said before, I mean that all of the mourners say Kaddish at the same time. Okay, but as they explain, that the proper way is only one Kaddish per person. So now, of course, there is not enough Kaddish. There are more people, so they cast lots. That's it. That is the only way. Okay, so and Kitzur said, whoever participated last, if he won the previous Kaddish, so I mean he's staying off this casting of the lots. Okay, so commentary. The lots are cast to determine precedence. There is who will be first to recite Kaddish. Once someone has recited Kaddish, he may no longer to be included in the lots until all mourners who have rights equal to his own have had the opportunity to recite Kaddish. If everyone who is required to recite Kaddish has done so, there is still remaining Kaddish to be said. They cast lots again for everyone included. So now, so basically, as we said, let's say if there are four Kaddish altogether, so one said one said one. So now they have to cast two lots twice. Who is going to say number 3 and who is going to say number 4? That's the thing. Okay, so let me check time 1 second. Okay, so we can do one more, I think. So let's see. Number 8. A resident has a precedence over the guest. when they share the same level of Kaddish obligation, unless the guest is within the Shiva. Commentary. CF number 2, Kitzur rules that during the first 7 days, there is no difference between residents and a guest. So if it's very important note, right? So if it's during the 7 days, so residents, meaning the guy comes to the shul for the last 30 years. So in the shul where I go, there are some people trying to sometimes they say who is the longest running member. Some people have been going there for one guy, I think he said 65 years. Elderly person, 65 years he's been going to this show. He called them youngsters, so it's like 45 years, 43 years. It's unbelievable. You understand? So this guy who comes to the show, so since a little boy, right? So now he's I don't know, his 60s, 70s, right? So he's going to show, and now it's a Yahrtzeit of his father, right? And now somebody from a different neighborhood, from out of town, came. Of course, we have to give the precedence to the local guy. Well, there is no question, right? They say if it's 7 days of Shiva, they have equal rights, guest and resident. When a Yahrtzeit observer who is a resident and a Yahrtzeit observer who is a guest, right? Both have both in a synagogue. The guest is not entitled to recite Kaddish at all. I mean, there is a clear, as we said, that this residents been coming there for many years. Of course, he has precedence. When a mourner is in the shloshim, right? Shloshim, meaning 30 days, who is a resident, and the mourner within the year, who is a resident. Okay, so now we're talking about 2 local guys. One is the shloshim, right? I'm sorry, apologize. No, I'm sorry. When a mourner within the first, within the shloshim, who is a resident, so 30 days, or a mourner who is within the 1 year, who is a resident, right? Okay, so he local guy, is present in a synagogue, along with a guest who has a Yahrtzeit observer. A guest is entitled to recite 1 Kaddish. Okay? And the commentary say the guest recited recites first Kaddish, Mishnah Berurah. So one more time, who we're comparing to? Mourners within the 30 days. So we said he has other days, and the person is within the year. So basically, they even though they're going to give 1 Kaddish to this guy, they have other Kaddish. If a Yahrtzeit observer who is a resident, and the mourner within the shloshim, so now Yahrtzeit who is a resident, meaning Yahrtzeit once a year, a mourner within the shloshim who is a resident. So Yahrtzeit and the mourner within the 30 days, both present, as well as Yahrtzeit observer who is a guest. The guest is still entitled to recite 1 Kaddish. Commentary, and we're going to explain. Although if the mourner is within the shloshim are not present, the resident Yahrtzeit, the resident Yahrtzeit observance would not be required to yield to the guest at all. When a mourner within the shloshim is present, a guest Yahrtzeit observer does not get opportunity to recite Kaddish. I said we're going to explain, we're going to read again. I'm not sure what it says here. One more time the situation. If Yahrtzeit observer, who is a resident, so 1 guy once a year, okay, and the mourner of the shloshim, who is a resident. So now we say there are two guys, okay. So as we said before, this resident, this Yahrtzeit has a president because it's only once a year. Are both present. So Yahrtzeit and 30 days present. As well as Yahrtzeit observer who is a guest. right? Guest, as we said, only also once a year. A guest is entitled to recite one Kaddish. Logically, it's understandable because there are more Kaddishim. It's enough for all of them to say one, at least, right? So commentators say, although the mourner within the shloshim are not present, if the mourner within the shloshim were not present, so it's only the Yahrtzeit guy, right? It's not present. The resident Yahrtzeit observer would not be required to yield the guest at all. I'm not sure. I mean, so he is maybe because once he started yielding to one, he has to yield to another one. But once there is no requirement to yield, so he does not have to yield at all. When the mourner within the shloshim is present, a guest Yahrtzeit observer gets opportunity to recite Kaddish. That's my understanding. But in this case, if it's Yahrtzeit of the local guy and Yahrtzeit of the guest is out. The Yahrtzeit observer who is a resident, may not say to him, "I have precedence," for he can respond, "I'm not taking the Kaddish from you. Rather, I'm taking from the mourners within the shloshim." That's the explanation. Of course, it's better than I said. Okay, Baruch HaShem. So, very interesting. So the shloshim guy, as we said, he has other opportunities to say. Yahrtzeit guy does not have opportunities. He has only one day. Shloshim does. So for guests, he can give up one Kaddish, basically. I mean, he would say one Kaddish more. So when this resident Yahrtzeit comes to this guest Yahrtzeit and said, I'm not going to give you any Kaddish, and this guest Yahrtzeit said, I'm not taking from you, I'm taking from the shloshim guy. Very interesting. So commentators say the resident might argue that guest is not entitled to recite any Kaddish when there is a resident Yahrtzeit observer is present. The guest will respond, however, that although he is not entitled to display the Yahrtzeit observer, so Yahrtzeit and Yahrtzeit, one is guest, one is resident. So he said, of course, I cannot take yours, since the Yahrtzeit observer has already been forced to yield to the mourners within the shloshim. Okay, he's displaced by the Torah day mourner rather than Yahrtzeit observer. Okay, 23. So we finish it up. In this case, a Yahrtzeit observer who is a resident recite the first Kaddish. So the first Kaddish looks like it's privileged, right? And right, so it's usually what is it? The Rabbanan. The Yahrtzeit observer who is a guest. Who is a guest? They said the second Kaddish, and the mourner within the shloshim recite the third Kaddish. So, so let's stop here. So, any questions on any subject? Please go ahead.
On this, I have one. I don't know what is Kaddish Rabbanan.
The Rabbanan. Okay, so the Rabbanan, it's a longer Kaddish. So it says after the learning of the Torah. So many times it said, for example, Rabbi would give a speech. Whatever speech is it? I mean, Torah speech, of course. And after he finished speech, he would say Mishnah, one Mishnah, this oral Torah, one Mishnah, specific Mishnah. And after this Mishnah, they would say this long Kaddish. So after the whole speech, they cannot say. Even though it's oral Torah, it's many sources, it's all good, but it's not enough. When they say Mishnah, so after this Mishnah, so we can say Kaddish D'Rabbanan, so it's longer one. It's like a Mourner's Kaddish, but there's like insert, special insert, longer one. So they say because of when Sarihei Shmei Rabba, right? The whole world is suspended when we say this during this Derabanan, during this Derabanan Kaddish. So it's very important. So usually, as we said, it says in the morning only once, and after the lectures, that's when it says. If of course, and after the lecture, if they have 10 Shomer Shabbos Jews, of course. And if it's less, there's many women, so of course it's not counted. Only you need to have a minyan to say that any Kaddish. You have to have a minyan.
And the word has something to do with Rabbanim?
Yes, yeah. So there is some words. I mean, check you see that there is some words the Ramadan. Yes, that's it's a Rabbi's Kaddish. That's what it's called. In English, it's called Rabbi's Kaddish. Yeah.
Okay. Now I have to question other topic.
Okay, go ahead.
Do cats have tumor?
What cats?
If cats have tumor.
Cats do not. They do not have tumor. It's not on this. No.
So
there is 7. Okay. You mean dead cats or alive?
No, I mean pets. The cat, the pet.
No, they don't. These don't. Others, there are, I think, 5 or 7 animals that they do have tumor. Special.
Because I was about to ask if the tumor is worse or lesser than dogs.
No. With dogs, no. Dogs is it's not there is a tumor. Like spiritually, dog is not a good animal. Even though it's they call Hebrew Kalef, it's like all heart. It's the best, the best friend. It's going to die for his honor, for his master. Right? It is true. We all know. But in Torah, they say like the dog is the lowest animal, right? It's even lower, it's the lowest from all impure animals. There is some kind of tumor in the dog, right? And as they say, the last generation before Mashiach comes is going to be generation of the dog, right? They say, well, okay, very nice. So what does it mean? And they say one of the example, I don't remember who said it. Maybe it was Chafetz Chaim, maybe it was before Chafetz Chaim. I heard it from Chafetz Chaim, basically. So he said, what is when dog, right? When it's vomits, like 2 minutes later, it's going to come and eat its vomit. You understand? So that is going to be generation of the last generation before Mashiach comes. And you see, and I see, and everybody who have eyes see, like people, they sin and they say it's bad. What did I do? 2 days later, 1 month later, they're going to back exactly to the same sin. So exactly as their dogs. So this dog, I mean, when Shulchan Aruch discusses the laws of the Pesach, right? Laws of the Pesach. So he said, if it is food, it is chometz. If it's not food, it's not chometz. So basically, food spoils, right? Food spoils, we know. So if person is going to eat, it's still food. If not, it spoils. But say, no. Chometz is very bad, then it's biblical. So he said, if dog is going to eat, then it's still food, even though the person is not going to eat. So dog is going to eat everything. Does not matter how disgusting it is. You understand? So that's the dog. And so if even dog is not going to eat, so that's disgust. That's for sure it's not chometz. And this dog who would eat all of the disgusting stuff, even this dog vomits, so means it's disgusting of the disgusting. You understand? So and then this dog would come after a few minutes, he will forget, and good stuff, I'm going to eat it. You understand? That's what many people do. right? And so second thing about the dog, I just remember. So they say the dog, when it comes, when somebody hold him on a leash, like it looks like he's a leader, that he leads, he pulls the owner, but the dog always like looks back. So am I going to the right direction or wrong direction? So that's the leaders, right, of the large generation. So they always back what people say. So they do not care what HaShem said. They they care about the public opinion. Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, because I have this doubt because cats, in the other hand, there is a recent study, scientific study, that they are equivalent to sociopaths because the cat is thinking that the master is him and the owner is the slave. So I was wondering if in the Torah has say something about these animals.
Yeah, on display, I'm not sure. I never saw that, but just because I never saw it does not mean anything.
But is there a general rule which forbids to have whether it's cats or dogs or any other animals?
No. You see, it's not a general rule, but technically, so there's no problem with cats, right? But problem is dogs. So where's the problem with the dog? That you have to walk it. You have to walk with the dog like outside, right? So it can go to the bathroom. So now you're Mr. Jew with your nice suit and tie, and you're going to go down and pick whatever this guy just did. So it looks like this Mr. Jew with a nice tie is a servant of this dog, as you said. Literally, it's not in the mind of the dog, right? It's in a view of all people. So he's going to bend, and plus look at the Jewish woman. She's going to bend, right? So everybody going to look at her. Not good. Even if she would sit down to pick out. And I saw many times where I live there are many people with dogs. So the dog would do his business, and he would step away because it's disgusting. So the master comes, and then the dog would look at this master. Look at you my little soul. You understand? So I mean, and plus on Shabbos, if there is no Eruv, so basically you cannot pick up and you cannot carry, and even the leash you cannot carry. So that's the problem.
I saw dogs in Israel, but I haven't seen any cat.
In Israel?
Yes.
No, in Israel there are many cats.
Oh.
A lot. I mean, homeless cats, thousands upon thousands. So many times I was staying in the north. I was like afraid to go home after Mariv. There is I don't know, like 30, 40, 50 cats just roaming around. I mean, they jump off you, you're done. You understand?
Because maybe the Torah says something of having animal that is danger. For example, the cat can attack a baby. For example.
Exactly. It's actually in Perkei it says, do not have do not keep aggressive dog in your house, and do not keep the broken ladder in your house. It's in one sentence. Why? Because the broken ladder. So maybe you know that the step number 3 is not good, right? But somebody came. You were not there. Your wife asked somebody, your neighbor, to go up the ladder, take something, and he stepped on this step number 3, and then he killed himself. First of all, and this crazy dog, this aggressive dog, it's not good, vicious dog. Torah says no, you're not allowed.
And the other question is if humans can be reincarnated into rats or mice.
Of course, in any animal, absolutely in any animal.
Maybe that is the reason the rat or the mouse has so much tumor. If you touch
maybe. So and and the mice is, they say, outside you say the mice is the most vicious animal, right? Why? Because many times it's going to just destroy things. So other animals, okay, they want to eat, right? Whatever they're going to eat, they're going to eat it, and that's it. Maybe they destroy things on their way, but that's it. But mice, it comes to the closet. It's going to eat the papers, right? It's going to eat the electric wires. It's going to eat clothes, like destroy. It's not going to eat. It's going to destroy it for no reason. For no reason. It's not like it's going to eat this paper. You understand? So that's and then plus it always calls the friends, and friends come and they have a party, and that's how it works. Yeah, it's the most vicious, and the two mice from mice, correct? Yes.
So finally, what is better to do with the mouse or the mice? Is better to trap in a deadly trap, or to capture them and throw away alive in the fields? What is better?
Okay, so the Zohar said, right? As you said before, you asked the question before, if it's possible that the human soul is in there. Of course it's possible. So based on this notion that it's possible that human soul, if you can catch it alive and throw it in the field, that's it's better thing to do. Maybe there is a Jewish soul in there.
Okay.
You understand? So, but if it bothers you, if it brings all of the infection in the house, it's dangerous for your health, you're allowed to kill it. There is no problem. But Kabbalistically, they say don't kill it, even mosquito, unless you must. Right? So, and that's what we do.
Oh, thank you.
Stop here? All right. Thank you very much. Good night until tomorrow. Beezrat HaShem.
Good night.
Bye. Good night.